Hello everybody, let's have a look at XRP then on this video. So absolute ripping move yesterday from Bitcoin, but even more so from XRP. XRP completely surprised me. Now on my previous videos I was expecting this to break down a little further, maybe consolidate around about the 200 exponential moving average on the daily, which is all the way down here. Now I wasn't saying this was going to happen immediately, I think this is still going to happen at some point, but what a ripping move. Now if we go to the weekly we can actually see what happened. It launched off the 10 exponential moving average, and from that point right there, from that move all the way to the top, a 33 almost 34% move, basically being carried by Bitcoin and outperforming Bitcoin, so showing its true potential at this point now. Now again, you know, this is a coin that I've been talking about for several months now, you know, way back when it was when it had broken out of its consolidation phase. You can show when that took place, and when I really started to talk about it a lot is when I saw it break out of here, and essentially down at these levels I was saying this is the accumulation zone, and this accumulation zone could be anywhere from as much as 23 cent, you know, where we found our local top, all the way down, and this is the risky thing with an accumulation zone, all the way down to 10 cent where it had bottomed out again. You know, so long as we didn't go beneath this zone, and again I was expecting this to be a bit slower than it actually has. It's really taken on a life of its own. But basically this was the accumulation zone, and there's a lot of other coins, I've just made a video on that now, which are kind of following a similar setup to this, but not exactly the same, but very similar to this. And again, you'll have to check that video out. I've just posted that one, the one just before this one anyway. So that accumulation zone finished. We had our first test up, and then reaccumulated down on the 200 exponential, and then we found an Ichimoku cloud cross on the weekly, suggesting that we're good to go now for a longer term hold. And so I made that video saying the cross has been confirmed. This is the ultimate buy signal. Don't expect anything until January. And then maybe just a few days later we got that move. So the cross took place around about here. This is the daily. It was on the weekly, but you probably won't see it on this chart because it does appear on this chart here. But yeah, I suppose that was probably the cross. But we bought it around these levels. Yeah, so this chart doesn't do it justice. It was the trading view chart that counted because that's the one with the longest time frame, so this one doesn't really do it any justice. But there was a cross around about between 25 and 28 cent, which is where most of us had got in on this one. Obviously I've been getting in on it since I considered it to be reaccumulating around these zones. Anyway, regardless of where we got in or where we got out, what's going to happen with it now? That's what we really want to know. So we're looking at this now on the daily, closing yesterday and being rejected, or basically closing beneath the center of the Bollinger Band here, the 20 daily moving average, and again closing. Well, the day's only still young, but closing, I suppose, or being held beneath that again at the moment. Breaking above this level around 57, 58. Would then give us the potential to move all the way up. Now we are looking at some of these other indicators, such as the Dixie, which is dying on a weekly. It's got a death cross. It's not looking good for the Dixie, which means everything is going to be good for crypto. So another chart that we're going to look at is this one, which is the Bitcoin dominance, still within this channel. Now there's something to bear in mind actually that I didn't mention on my last video. This is the channel that we generally have been trading to spark an alt season, and for me we've got to get up to the top of this channel, roughly around between 67 and 68% dominance. Hopefully we get a rejection at that point, and then we'll be moving into some decent moves after that. Should this take place on a monthly chart, we might be looking for January, and that corresponds to some of these other charts that I've been looking at now. Holochain, Algorand, FET AI, and they all seem to suggest January. And also when I looked at this originally with XRP, January was the time for it to get very exciting. I mean, like extremely big moves, very exciting in January. So you know, if we do get rejected from this level, it's no big deal. The big moves for alts are going to be in January. You might get some moves now out of alts, and there's no reason why you shouldn't, but essentially a lot of these are reaccumulating anyway. So this was a giant move I didn't expect to see, and if we do break above the 20 weekly moving average, so I suppose breaking above and closing, we could call it 58 cents, then the all-time high of this year would be met, and probably a bit more. But for now, I would say keep your eye on that level. If we break and close above there, then it will be good to go. I don't see any reason why it wouldn't be good to go. Personally, when we look at this chart in a long enough time frame, you can see now how we've made up a vast majority of this consolidation phase here. And for me, it's the 86-cent zone, which really needs to be broken and surpassed for us to really just start to gain a massive momentum. Basically taking out the all-time highs and beyond, which will happen next year. I'm telling you, it will happen. It was such an unpopular thing. I got a lot of hate from it for mentioning that, back here. And I can understand why people think that, because they look at this chart and they just see it go down. Not many people understand what has been going on here and what's been going on down here and why this has happened. I understand it. I've made a video on the market cycle. You should check that out. It gives rough targets of where we'd be looking to exit on XRP. Definitely have a look at that. But personally, this one could move any minute. No reason why it couldn't. It's shown way more strength than I ever expected it to at this stage in the cycle. I expected these kind of moves to take place in January. Those moves in January are primed to take place anyway, so whether it makes more moves now or waits till January, I don't really mind. I've got my XRP hodls all the way from back down here, this was the area, the safe area to be buying in at. So obviously I'm very pleased with myself, and I'm going to be even more happy in a year's time when this whole thing plays out. This has filled me with confidence to see the Dixie drop off like this with a death cross on the weekly. This has completely filled me with confidence. I don't see any way that we could really get any significant bounces to reverse this descending trend that we're in at right now. This is looking to be the future of the dollar for maybe the next 2 or even more years. Now, this is a weekly chart, but if we go to the monthly, it puts it in a bit more perspective. We've broken down now significantly beneath the 200 exponential on the monthly. Everything's diverging on every single time frame. The dollar is dying, so this is great for us. This is great news for us. Great news for Bitcoin, and what's good for Bitcoin will be good for cryptocurrency as the money circulates and rotates into alts and back into Bitcoin, and so on and so on and so on. And what we're waiting for now is for the top of this channel to be met, which I would expect to be in January anyway, and XRP is going to be launching massively. We'll be talking easily over $1 at that point in January, towards the end of January, and by May probably see an all-time high at that point. Anyway, I'll leave it with you there, but thank you for watching. Subscribe to my channel. Also, check out my trading bots. I've got trading bot going on here. Just is a little bit of my trading bots going on. As you can see, just a few small trading bots here, 95 BNB. This is just a third of an Ethereum, and this is just a test on the holochain one. But they always bring in profit, and the good thing is about these trading bots is they're going to be introducing futures trading on this one next week. So your bot will not just be able to make profit on spot trades, but it will also be able to make you profit on futures. And these bots have always done well. So I would suggest you set an account up. You'll get a 14-day trial period to see if you like it. And next week when the futures bots are open, you can trial that one out as well if you like. And like I say, if you do want to go ahead and pay for it afterwards, that's when you'd be asked to do it. You do get that 14 days free, completely free, no obligation to continue with it. But I would also set up a new Binance account just to do it, and I've got a link for that below where you get 20% off all your trading fees. And if you're not getting 20% off your trading fees at the moment anyway on your current Binance account, you might as well set up a new one. Binance don't care about that kind of thing. You can set up as many accounts as you like. You only need to verify with your ID if you're buying and selling in fiat currency. If it's just crypto to crypto, you can set up multiple accounts. You just need another email address. So save yourself some money and get yourself a new Binance account and get 20% back on all your trading fees for life. Alright? So thank you for watching. Hope you have a nice evening. Take it easy.